Hey guys, MinishCap1 here. I have another pretty good replay that I want to go over. It is another Unsealed Spellbook, updated Unsealed Spellbook replay that I think will be really good to watch because I fucked some shit up with Unsealed Spellbook this game. And I guess to specify, what ended up happening was this game, I fed early game pretty hard to the enemy Lee Sin, but with using Unsealed Spellbook, the updated one, to outplay not just my lane opponent, but to also outplay like the enemy AD carry and the enemy jungler, I was able to use that and get an advantage back and actually end up somewhat carrying the game, if not straight up carrying the game. I'm versus Shen as Singed. I'm running Unsealed Spellbook, Minion Dematerializer, Magical Footwear, Time Warp Tonic, and I'm running Sorcery as my secondary with Ultimate Hat and Celerity. Now, versus Shen at the level 1, you might not think this because, yes, Singed does outscale and eventually beat Shen, but it's not a very quick process. At level 1, Shen actually just completely demolishes you in trades, and he can easily get you down to less than half HP in just one set of Q auto attacks with his Grasp the Undying running, which is why you see me just playing completely as far back as I can, because it's honestly not even worth taking an auto attack to get these creeps, because you're gonna lose more creeps in the long run if you have to use your potions that early, which is why I'm just staying as far back as I can and not trying to get taunted and not trying to take auto attacks. Dematerializer, I talked about this last game, but the split that I'm doing is different than what I was doing before. Really bad CSing by me there, but the split that I'm doing is 6-0-6, which means 6 melee minions, 3 melee minions dematerialized, 0 range minions dematerialized, and 3 cannons dematerialized. So I'm not dematerializing range minions anymore. The decreased gold value on them makes it not worth it IMO to even consider using one of your dematerializers. As you can see, Shen just casually Q trading with me is doing a lot more damage to me than I'm doing to him. I already had to blow through a potion charge. He got to save one. But not the worst thing in the world. Just gonna casually farm up. You have to, versus Shen's level 1 early game, you have to give up early game CS. You can't, you have to just play like a bitch, otherwise he's gonna poke you out of lane. Then this here, I actually ended up dying because I see that Shen taunted into my creep wave, and as soon as I see him taunting into my creep wave, what I should have done was just immediately known that, hey, you know, no player's gonna be that stupid. I should have just like started walking away, but I got greedy and tried to stay for the kill. I guess to really illustrate specifically, I'll play this from my vision perspective right here. Okay, so right here I have no vision of the river, no wards down, and I'm just, you know, pushing the wave up. Now Shen right here, he taunts into me here. So here I'm thinking like, okay, realistically, this Shen knows that if he taunts into my creep wave with my poison and auto attacks, with the health that he has, with my potion running, he's probably gonna die. So I should have given him the benefit of the doubt as a player and just walked away. Instead, I thought that he was just being stupid when he wasn't. He was baiting me. So I end up dying to this surprise Lee Sin right here, which is the whole purpose of the taunt. Ooh, there we go. Not the worst thing in the world, though. Bot lane got a kill, mid lane farming away, Trundle farming away. I actually end up doing the same thing here, where I respawn and I TP back into in a top turret and end up dying. I actually just didn't really respect the Lee Sin here. I also dematerialized that one minion on accident because I was trying to push the wave in, but that's my fault. But yeah, I just a really bad teleport by me playing. I wasn't really thinking whenever I did that teleport, because what ended up happening was Lee Sin already had ganked me, and the wave was frozen outside of their tower. There's really no point for me to TP right outside of the tower when I could just, you know, TP onto my tower and then walk up and try and farm. If I TP, then he has a whole 4 seconds of me channeling to walk up and try and gank me, where if I had just played it normally and either TP to my tower or TP to like a ward or something, I could have probably gotten out. Or not even had to use my TP at all if I just walked back to lane. But mistakes happen. So my itemization, I want to talk about my itemization this game. I have a Doran's Ring in addition to my normal Dark Seal on refill start. And the reason for that is Doran's Ring was changed this patch to give a different set of stats. They took away the mana on kill, on unit kill, and what they did was they gave it 5 physical damage to minions on hit, so last hitting's a bit easier, and they gave it, this is the better part I think, is they gave it 5 mana per 5 seconds, so 1 mana per second basically, and that stacks with every Doran's Ring you buy. It's not unique. Right here, I see Shen kind of just trading with me, so I try and fight him. Obviously, I'm taking the losing fight here because it's Shen, and he's early game, and he has 2 AD items. He has a 10 damage longsword and a 7 damage call. That in addition with his Doran Shield regen, and getting health back from Grasping and Dying. He has 2 sources of max health damage. He has Q, which does max health damage, and Grasping and Dying, which does max health damage, and that also heals him. So it just wasn't a good idea for me to fight him. He does a lot of magical and physical at this stage. He later on in the game transitions to doing mostly magic with some physical, but right now he's pretty mixed on both, so it's hard to itemize against him. I probably should have just played defensively and let him push towards my tower, but I'm currently 0-3. It's definitely not the best start, but it ends up being pretty okay because Singed does outscale Shen. It just takes a while, and then I outplay people pretty hard this game, like right here. So as you can see, while I'm running back to lane, I switched my TP to Ignite because my TP was on cooldown, and obviously I'm just looking for him, recalling. I catch him in a really bad recall. I messed up my W, but it's okay. He doesn't know that I switched to an Ignite. He's not respecting it. So he tries to sit there and fight me when what he really should have done is just run away. I get the Ignite off, fling him out of his taunt for the kill. Now, I've noticed that it really takes a lot of people off guard whenever you switch summoners like that and you're not in the base, because people kind of, with the way that Unsealed Spellbook has been for the past 6 months before they changed it, you could predict when people swap their summoners because you'd only do it in the base. Now with this one, you can do it outside of the base, which means that people are getting caught off guard a lot more by really weird like spell swap timings. That being one of them, and there's others in this video too that actually happen. But yeah, just catch them off guard with the Ignite, get a quick little kill, and all of a sudden I am back in the lane. Now Shen is buying a Tiamat here, and that's actually a very standard Shen buy, and so what you tend to have to do versus Tiamat Shen. Oh, they actually messed up their Shen. Let's go back and watch that. What you tend to have to do versus Tiamat Shen is get Tabby, and I do that eventually, but not quite as quickly as I could have because obviously my early game deaths. Now I think that with him being as far ahead as he has a bit of a CS lead, and he has an EXP lead too. It's probably not the wisest decision to fight him without my jungler and without my my combat summoner up, so I'm relying on Unsealed Spellbook to give me combat summoners or just defensive summoners. And the reason why I'm not actually hard pushing here is because I'm a level down, and I know that Lee Sin just spawned a little bit ago. He's probably running up here. I try to dodge his E. I actually dodged the E, yeah. So now I know that since his E is down, there's no taunt. I'm gonna go ahead and push the wave in and start proxying, I think, right? There's a proxy here? Yeah, so there's a proxy here. I have Blasting Wand. Blasting Wand is going to build into Rylai's this game, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and proxy. I see Lee Sin right here, Nani, and then I pop my ultimate. I think I Goofling. Yeah, I Goofling him right here. He doesn't expect that, and then I just walk away. Like, Lee Sin misses the Q, so there's really no point in them chasing me. I got Lee Sin to, like, less than half health. If I stayed, I probably could have killed. But I didn't realize that I would do that much damage to him. As I'm thinking, you know, Lee Sin, he is 4-1. He was a level up on me, not anymore after that proxied wave. But I just didn't expect to do that much damage to him with the items that I had. So I ended up backing off when I probably could have stayed and gotten a kill. But hindsight's 20/20. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I want to go back and highlight something here. So I am watching in Fog of War for Lee Sin, and I see him right there. See, I see Lee Sin right there, and he's walking around. So what I think Lee Sin's doing, I think he's going to try and go for Raptors. So I ward there, and I ward there, and I start counter-jungling the Raptors. These little ones are worth 10 gold each, so that's 50 gold. And the big one is worth 60. Even if you just steal the little ones, it's basically taking away half the gold of that entire camp from the enemy jungler. Yeah, he gets 60 gold, but I got 50, and he gets a little bit less XP than I normally would, which is good. Now, this is a bad play by me. So, I should have recalled, and I should have TP'd back to lane. I'm being really greedy with my TP, and Lee Sin knows this. He immediately, this is a good jungler. This Lee Sin's a really good jungler. He immediately ran top and started to tower dive because he knew, one, my ultimate was down from proxying and running away from him, and he knew, two, that I was going to be greedy with my fucking teleport. Instead of recalling, just run back top and try and farm. Shen in the 1v1 is not able to kill me at this stage because I was under my tower, but Shen with Lee Sin, yeah, he can definitely kill me, and he recognized that and he ganked me, so really good play by him. I rushed Tabby here because Shen is going Titanic Hydra first. It's a pretty standard Shen build to do that. It has a lot of physical damage, and then that in addition with the Lee Sin and the Xayah, I decided to go Tabby. Now my team is actually tower diving bottom right now, and they got a pretty sweet kill. My Rakan just dives in and dies. But I think they end up kiting the Shen out and killing him here. Yeah, so they get 2 kills there. I think they get 3. They should be 3. Yep, that's 3. So they get 3 kills for the cost of 1 and a bunch of gold on Xayah on Kai'Sa and Trundle. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna go ahead and push top and start auto attacking the tower because I know that Shen's TP is down and he didn't use ultimate to go bottom. He's gonna have his ultimate soon, which is something to be aware of. But since I know he doesn't have TP, I'm just gonna go ahead and auto the tower and get tower first blood. Which is one of the ways that Singed is good at taking advantage of Shen. Because Shen is... Whenever Shen uses either his TP or his... actually, I'm going to pause it here. Whenever Shen uses his teleport or his ultimate, he leaves lane. And that gives Singed the ability, because he pushes creep waves so effortlessly, to just walk up and hit the tower. Which is one of the reasons why Singed can put a lot of pressure on Shen. If Shen uses his abilities to help his team, then he's going to lose a lot of tower damage to Singed, because Singed doesn't use a lot of mana to push, and it pushes pretty quickly. He takes damage while pushing, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. So here, I notice some shit going down mid, so I go ahead and pop my teleport, and then I pop my ultimate and start running the Lee Sin and Vladimir down. I want to try and focus the Vlad here because he's lower health. Unfortunately, he gets Shen ulted, so I start kiting away. They just focus my Rakan, which is probably a good choice. 2 flash over the wall, and I disengage here because I don't want to die to them. Lee Sin actually runs out of energy and can't Q me for the kill. Lulu takes a lot of damage while she is being kited, and I run back in because I see Lulu is low, and I fling an auto attack her, fling Skylar for the kill, and then Trundle gets the kill here on Lee Sin, and then he actually disengages. I end up dying, but we get a shutdown and a kill in a situation where we shouldn't have gotten anything because of the way the fight played out. But they chased me, they greeted. Lulu got a lot of damage on her, and so I just ended up walking back in for the kill, which is really good. I finished my rallies there off that fight, so even though I started this game 0-3, I still have an 11-minute and 50-second rallies, which is pretty fucking crazy if you think about that. And the fact that I finished boots before that, and that I bought a Doran's ring, and that I bought Corrupting Potion. And part of that is the global shutdown gold that Trundle's gotten from Lee Sin twice. Which is good because it helps like kind of boost my gold, but it also kind of, one of the reasons I don't like that is because it rewards sometimes it can feel like it's rewarding players for playing poorly, which sucks. This is odd because we didn't actually check the pink ward location there. Like, we didn't even bother like trying to check the bush, so we ended up having to disengage here. I put the W down there so they don't chase us in, but they end up just going and finishing the what's it called, the Herald, without us, which sucks, but it's the biggest deal in the world. My team's got a tower bot lane, and my team also got a kill on Vladimir, which is really good. It's more pressure for them. They're gonna go mid and use that here, which I should have probably predicted, but I ended up fighting Shen. Not the biggest deal that I don't go mid here because Shen did engage on me, so I have Rylai's here. I don't think he realized that I could kill him, so I just chased him down with Ghost and ultimate and kill him. During that time, I had switched to heal, and the reason I switched to heal was because whenever you're using this current version of Spellbook, the spells actually go on rotation. What I mean by that is you can't switch to the same spell over and over. You have to switch to 3 different summoner spells before you switch to the summoner spell that you wanted in the first place. So I can't just go Ghost Ignite, Ghost Ignite, Ghost Ignite with switching my TP off. I have to go Ghost Ignite, Ghost Barrier, Ghost Flash, Ghost Heal, then I can go Ignite again. It's definitely weird, but I kind of like it because people don't they don't expect shit like the Singed with Heal. They don't expect Barrier Singed. They really don't expect Exhaust Singed. That one really catches people off guard. Just a nice little way to add some variety to the gameplay, I guess. So I'm enjoying it. I still don't, like I said before, I still don't think it's quite as good as the old Spellbook for Singed, but it's fun. It's fun, so I'm enjoying it. Itemization, I'm going into a Liandry's now, I think, because they have, actually, I might have gotten Morellas. No, it's a Liandry's, just Rylai's Liandry's standard build. Not having any trouble, like, tanking at this stage. Pretty good. We get a pick on Lee Sin, Shen blows his ultimate, and then I start running back over here, just putting pressure on the mid laner. I'm not that worried about Shen pushing super quickly, because he's a little bit behind now, in terms of overall gold, but it is something to look out for, because with Titanic he can do some damage to towers like this. I'm trying to collapse on him, but with the way that his warding situation is, he has a ward right there, so he knows if I'm turning the corner, he just goes ahead and walks over the wall. I'm not even going to bother chasing him. It's not worth it, just because it's more value to me at this stage to just clear the creep wave and then see if I can do anything on the map, as opposed to blowing everything that I have to try and kill the Shen here, and then not being able to anyways. So here, I just see Shen come into the lane, fling him, keep farming the minions. Really basic at this point. I put my ultimate on because I think that I'm going to get ganked by Lee Sin, but Lee Sin actually ends up going mid. So we just start fighting. He's actually doing really well against me at this stage because he bought a little bit of magic resistance, so I don't really want to fuck with Shen anymore in a 1v1 until I have Liandry's. And without Liandry's, I don't think I can kill him. Yeah, I probably can't kill him anymore. He gets a taunt on me here. I goofling and walk away. Trundle's coming up, and I see that Shen's getting collapsed on, so I run over here. Now, we bait the shit out of Lee Sin here. This is a really good play by me. I ping Trundle back, and I ping him to come here, and I ping my heal. So I heal Trundle as they come in, and we get a big health boost, and then we kill both of them. So that is definitely something that they didn't expect. If you look at Trundle's HP, the heal actually did end up saving him there, because one, they focused all their damage on him. Lee Sin red smited him as well. And now, as that was happening, I popped the heal, and he ended up living with just enough HP for me to be able to call that I won that fight for us with my Singed heal. Ultimate cheese tactic. Stuff like that is why I tend to like this new spellbook sometimes. It's fun. It's fun. It's definitely adding some flavor into the predictability of the game, I guess, which I like a lot. So now that we have a solid lead top, I start to run mid because I predict the team fight to occur. With the fact that this tower is getting sieged, it ends up occurring, and I dive the Shen right here. We get the kill on him. Vladimir pops the ultimate, doesn't really get anything done with it, and then we just walk backwards and start sieging slow. Or start sieging slowly. Pop my ultimate here, and I start to go for the Xayah. I probably should have just peeled the Lee Sin over here, because Lee Sin actually shits on my team right here. It's a bunch of kills I really shouldn't have, because I did some stupid shit, and I dove the Xayah, and I ended up not doing anything with it. So right there, I see that they killed 3 people on my team, and they're gonna try and get our mid tower. So what I ended up doing was I cut back into Xayah with my ultimate still running, and I try to clear this creep wave. So my ultimate runs off here, and as I'm pushing the creep wave, Xayah's like, you know what, fuck you, Singed, I'm gonna kill you. But little does she know that I have switched to barrier, and she flashes on me, and I barrier and walk away. And she looks really stupid in the process. I'm gonna actually play that one more time, just because I like the clip. That's the only reason. But yeah, I mean, if you were the Xayah, you'd probably, like, honestly, if I was Xayah, I would have flashed on me too. But I have barrier, and she wasted her flash, which is good. So baiting an AD carry's flash is actually really fucking huge, especially in this AD carry meta, because an AD carry without flash means that the whole entire enemy team is going to try and dive that AD carry, because they have one less little amount of mobility, and if AD carry has less mobility than usual, then they're vulnerable, and if the enemy AD carry is vulnerable, then they're killable, and if they're killable, the game's winnable. Unfortunately, my Trundle ended up getting ganked and dying bot lane. I'm actually channeling my TP here after my recall, because I see that I have a flank ward here. Ends up being okay, because what ends up happening is Lulu just kind of... Oh, sorry, I totally fucked that up. Lulu stays and takes a TP kill for her team instead of just running away and risking all of them dying. She ends up being a bit of bait, which is one of the ways that sometimes support has to play. That is just how it goes. So why did it do it again? Why did it do that again? I'm so sorry, guys. But, jeez. Okay, one more time. I TP, Lulu cuts back, and we kill her. Alright, that took way longer than it needed to. Then kill the ward, and then start running back top. Shen is still trying to push the tower. My team is collapsing on him. He's not aware of it because he has no wards. So I'm running here. My goal is to put a W here if he goes over the wall or tries to cut through, but he ends up Eing early and trying to ultimate out for some reason, so I just put a W on him here instead. Stop the TP, fling him, get the kill. I have Liandry's finished with Rylai's and Tabby, so at this point I'm a pretty big Singed, and that is something that is very useful for the mid game, which is what this stage of the game is right now. This is Singe's strongest point in the game, is the mid game. So after clearing that wave, I'm not even going to try and go for that top tower because I want to go mid and help my team. Because I save team by breaking out. Xayah ends up dying because Xayah has no flash and she couldn't defend herself. Lee Sin ends up dying here to my Zed, and then we just end up chasing down Vlad and killing him. I actually popped my Ghost and my ultimate here when I thought that Vladimir was going to pop off there. He's got a pretty decent ultimate, but he ends up not even doing anything, so we just have Singe running around with his Ghost and ultimate pops, just 900 move speed, fucking running over here to Baron because we have 4 of them dead, so why not just do Baron? Sometimes it feels bad whenever you pop your Ghost and you don't get any assists at all even, but I'll just say that I did it for the pressure. Definitely, realistically it was a mistake, but it ended up being pretty okay, so that's okay. Pretty standard Baron take here, except Shen suicide into us here. I don't know what he expected with my Trundle having teleport, but he just kind of taunts in and then we kill him. So yeah, I don't know what his plan was, but it worked out pretty well for us. Alrighty, so next item, I think it's a Giant's Belt here. What I bought. What did I buy? Yep, it's a Giant's Belt. So my next item is either going to be a Dead Man's Plate or a Randuin's, depending on how fed the Xayah gets. Right now I'm thinking Dead Man's Plate probably. But Randuin's actually scales much better than Dead Man's Plate in terms of a defensive item. Oh no, my Scarra got picked. Let's actually rewind that and watch that. So Lee Sin just casually walking through the jungle. He sees a wild Scarra, gets QR'd, and then he dies. Unfortunate. Actually, no, yeah, he does get Lee Sin ulted. But I walk up top to try and grab the Xayah kill. She ends up not having ultimate because she used in the last team fight, and she's helpless to me right now. She's so far behind, and I just kind of turn my poison on and walk on her until she dies. Back to my other discussion about Dead Man's Plate versus Randuin's. Dead Man's Plate is much better as a utility item than Randuin's, but Randuin's scales much better as a defensive item. You are much tankier with a Randuin's as opposed to a Dead Man's Plate, even if their stats are similar, because oh yeah, I switched to Flash there to grab the Vladimir, because of the passive of Randuin's giving crit damage reduction, and that's really fucking huge for countering AD carries, and just also for countering auto attackers, because it has the attack speed slow on top of the crit damage reduction. So those two together makes it very hard for auto attackers to play against a fed tank that has Randuin's. I should stop saying tank, really. Singe isn't a tank, he's a bruiser, but it makes it hard for people to play against a high HP Randuin's user, basically. While I was on the way over that mid lane fight, I switched to Flash, and so I used a shit ton of summoners this game, all in different combinations to help my team out. Get some quirky kills, blow some summoners of the enemy team, and it ends up working out pretty well. My team kind of throws a little bit here right at the end by not ending the game, so I end up having to walk all the way back over here and then starting the fight all over again with my Kai'Sa protecting her. Go over there and fling the Xayah. She never saw it coming. Pop my ultimate right here at the end when the cooldown comes up, and I just chase down Lulu and Vladimir and kill both of them, and then I end the game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. It was meant to really illustrate sort of the flexibility and the versatility that you can have with Unsealed Spellbook currently that can help you carry games. I think the carry potential for Singed was higher when you could just go Ignite over and over with the old Unsealed Spellbook, but this one's good too. It does have its uses. It's, like I said in my last video, it is not as bad as I thought it was initially. It is pretty good, just not as good as having Ignite repeatedly with the old one. So thank you guys for watching. I'd appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe, or whatever the fuck it is you guys want to do, and I'll see you in the next one.